Hi, we are a group of 3 students. I'm George Mbusho. Yes, we are going to talk about DINA, the project called DINA, where we are going to describe menus of food, and again we will be talking about the findings we did in our own cultures, where some of us did our own different foods in Rwanda and in our culture. So we welcome you to our discussion, and these guys and these ladies are ready to share with us. You can now start. Yeah, if let me start. For me, I have worked on one food, as you can maybe I worked on Hawaiian poi from Hawaii, that country. So Hawaiian poi was something like a porridge that they could make from taro food, from taro seeds. Taro was something like beans, but somehow strong, somehow hard, and they could make it like they could make like a porridge from that taro food, and then that drink, if I call it a drink, it's not the drink, but it is too soft like a drink, but it is yeah, it is a food that they could eat with their hands, and that food was covering many rituals and many traditional ways of their culture. Somehow they could believe that it could chase away the bad spirit. Yeah, they say about Haroa. And also they believe that when people are sharing Hawaiian poi, the conflict had to be stopped. See, yeah, as they share, as they come together and share Hawaiian poi, they believe that conflict among themselves could be stopped, right? And again, I can tell you that this food was considered to be the principal, like the principal food in Hawaiian culture, and there came to be a shortage of food, of that food in their culture, and now it was sold out to the officials and big people, you see, but not for all people. So it was from 1920, because there came to be a shortage of food, of poi. And then lastly, what I can share with you guys is that this food was made by mixing, as I've told you, that raw food with water and other nutrients, so that it was very good. And doctors and other scientists say that that food is still, if you can find it, because nowadays it is rare to see it, but if you can see it, it is very good for the body, for human body. That is very good, contains much proteins and so on. Yeah. So do you have questions on that?
Yeah, for me, just like a comment, it is unbelievable to think that like food can chase out bad spirits. Serious.
How can food chase out bad spirits?
Actually, that was some of their rituals. Yeah, while they were sharing the food, they could believe that, right? Yeah.
It's a belief.
Yeah, it's a belief. We can even have our beliefs in Rwanda, right? Yeah.
Maybe we try to find that kind of food because
Actually, poi was, I think, it was very nutritious and very, very good, delicious, right? Yeah.
see, it's important. Maybe it is very delicious.
Yeah, it is very
That's why
delicious.
maybe later on it became really.
Yeah,
sure.
in 1920.
Yeah.
Yeah, and who can now share with us? And if do you have any question? Any other question?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now me, I'm going to share with you about some foods that are used in Hindu weddings.
Hindu wedding. Oh.
Yeah. You know, those people have different culture and the traditions. So in their weddings, there are different kind of ritual they make and use different kind of food. So those some of food included, they are like coconut. So in the Hindu wedding, coconut symbolizes like a blessing. It was shared by the bride and his parents. So they was like a sign of welcoming the groom in the family. Yeah. For sure, yeah, it's good. Also, the rice in Hindu weddings was thrown on the bride and the groom to show like fertility. It's a symbol to wish them have child and expand their family.
So you mean they would put them
On the
Yeah.
groom's head.
Yeah, just throw them on the
Oh,
bride and
okay.
the
I
groom.
can imagine.
Yeah. Also, they use the brown sugar and mix it with canem seeds.
Yes.
So they won't show because some is sweet and the other is bitter. So as you know, the wedding symbolizes the long journey of two people who are engaging themselves to share the rest of their lives. So they want to show them like a sign of how they will share the sweetness and the brightness of the life that they have ahead of them. So they even you can't expect your life to be perfect. Sometimes it is you feel joy, and the other time you're sad. So it was like a sign for them to show that even their sweet moments and the bright moment, they have to share all of those moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there is any question, you're welcome.
Yeah, of course. That one question. That I can hear the activity was celebrated in the wedding, right?
Yeah.
And the wedding where a Hindu bridegroom is marrying a bride, right?
Yeah.
But I need to know when all those food served for all people, like all people or only bridegroom, like those
No.
people who live
No, because it was like rituals. It was done on the bridegroom and the bride.
Yeah.
And those ritual, there are other food that they have to share as a whole. But the one I included in this dinner project, it was all about for the grooms. Yeah, it was shared for the couple, not for the all people.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. That's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah,
His
and
wedding is really interesting.
Yeah, and what about how did the other people perceive like throwing rice
Yeah,
on?
it was,
And
they enjoyed it. Yeah, as because it was like best wishes for you can't just go in a wedding to wish like the couple to be not happy for their life, or that the joyful of the families to have kids. So as I throwing the rice was a sign of fertility, so it was very good.
Can you imagine that? They put in rice?
Yeah, just a belief.
But
It's their belief. But when when you believe something, it happens.
It
So
happens,
You have
yeah.
to believe. Yeah, really.
Yeah, and I think they have rice as their principal food, right?
Yeah,
Rice.
right. Yeah, they like rice.
That's why maybe they used it.
Yeah.
They used to use it.
Something you like, yeah, you give it the value.
Mhm.
Someone can share with us another?
It's
I
funny.
think-
You can share that,
I think I'm the next person to share, but
right?
you've shared very interesting things. I don't know if I'm also going to share things that are interesting. I'm going to share with you the Japanese rice.
Again, rice?
Yeah, again rice. Do you know rice?
Yes.
From Hindu wedding, you know rice.
Yeah,
Okay.
rice is very important.
Also, rice in the Japanese culture had a very big role. It was taken as the main symbol of their culture. In their everyday life, the rice was their main food. for example, if the person or the family could live without rice, they could say that family is poor and it doesn't have something to eat.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
Mm.
rice was taken as the only food that is there in Japan. You can imagine that if we don't have rice, you could say that by now I don't have anything to eat. Even if we can have other things to eat, but without rice, nothing was there.
Mm.
So rice also in their history
Mm.
played a role as financial. For example, they could exchange
Mhm.
other things to rice.
Okay.
I could have a clothes
Mhm.
and you could give me rice and I give you clothes as
Like money?
like money, yeah. It
Okay.
was used as financial
Mm.
money.
Mm.
And also families which has rice only couldn't say that they don't have other things because
Mhm.
as it was used as financial or as money, they could exchange them to other things that they might need.
Ah, yeah.
And rice also could fulfill the needs of the family.
Yeah.
You know, as it was taken as money, they could get anything that they would want because they had rice there. So, family in a family, rice was the principal food
Mhm.
because even in the soldiers would use rice as the thing which could give them force to fight in the battle. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rice was believed to give soldiers force to fight in the battle.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's an energetic food, right?
Yeah.
That's why maybe.
Yeah, even intelligent. Yeah, no, they know that rice
Mm.
give energy to
Wow.
their soldiers to
Yes.
fight.
So another thing that rice was served without considering time. They could even get rice in the morning as a snack or in the breakfast they could also get rice.
Okay, in the breakfast.
Yeah.
we take rice.
In the breakfast they take rice and even as snack they
Mhm.
could take rice as snacks.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah, do you have questions
Yes.
to ask me?
may I ask one question? Like
Yeah.
you're saying, they could maybe share it everywhere, anytime. Soldiers, people who could even extend and go to financial means and say, if you have anything which is not rice, we exchange it with rice.
Yeah.
Butter trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, butter trade. But I'm asking myself, was it there can come a time that they could share it with other people like a feast, share it
Yeah.
together?
Yeah, like if they could get like feast, like ceremonies or other parties, they could come together as the society or as the family and share rice.
So I get it. It was something like a ritual that they
Yeah.
believe that rice give energy, right?
Yes.
And energy to fight, to win the country, and so on. Was it like that?
Yeah, it was like that.
Okay.
Hmm. It's like a symbolism of success. So if you expect when the people eat rice, they can fight their enemy.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
Sure.
Okay, so if you don't have any other question, I can go ahead and share with you my next food menu that I researched on. This one is very different. That is, yeah, I've talked about poi, which is like porridge, something food but not, which is somehow liquid. But now let me talk about things like fishes, right?
Oh, fish.
Yeah, fishes. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Trinity potlatch. Trinity potlatch. You don't even know an idea. You don't
No,
have an
I
idea
don't
about
have
it.
an idea about it.
Yeah. I mean, Trinity potlatch was a ceremony or an event that the people from northwest, northwest of Europe, right? Northwest. They would go and share in the feast. And as you can maybe imagine, in the northwest there's always seas and rivers and lakes. so they have much water everywhere. So they think in all their lives they could go and share out fishes like in the feast. They call upon their neighbors, all people from their neighbors' countries, and they celebrate the fertility, as Pedro said, the fertility of the nation, the good authorities that they have. They could use sometimes they could use sea fishes, seafood like they call it salmon, and they call it. There is also whales, those big fishes in the sea, and so on. And they could believe that action could bring, as you can imagine, if people meet together, share out. What can you imagine? Like together. If can you say togetherness? Yeah, being together. It was a sign of good relationship between people. Even the neighbors to call upon them. Also, it was a sign of celebrating their good harvest, what they have achieved. You see?
Yeah.
It was such kind of food that they could share. But then people from like those who were important in their culture. If I say important, you get officials and
Yeah.
authorities in the high authority. Those ones could be served first. That also was a ritual.
Oh.
Yeah, and sometimes they could serve them much food. That's how they could. They did it. So they could serve you if you are an official or an authority, serve you more, and even serve you first, so that those who are say who don't have any position in the government, in the authority there.
Society.
Yeah.
That's kind.
Could be served after. And that was its rituals, and people could celebrate. And the authorities could say anything that they have achieved within that area or within any time of harvest that they had. Yeah.
For me, so I will make sure that I become an official because how comes they will set their face?
Yeah, that's how it
Maybe
was.
they were not the one who will have it. So
What if you don't want to eat too much?
they just give the others. So yeah. But for me, I will become an official so that I can be served the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was some other foods that they could easily serve, like copper. Copper is also food that they could serve, like a ritual. Associated with those seafoods, like whales and salmons, those are fishes. As I told you, they could even say, like share copper and other foods. It was all about their culture, and there was also like the significance of everything they did. Restaurants, as you said, good relationship, being together, you can get it, right? And so on. That's all about Trinity Post-Raj. And you have an idea, right?
Yeah.
Finally you have an idea.
Yeah.
So, Pedro, can you share with us another food?
Anyway, don't you have any question?
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, a question.
Maybe we can ask you questions.
Yes.
So, for me, it's not always a preference, it's a
Mm.
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what was interesting. But
Mm.
anyways, they believe different vitamins in those kind of food so that they can give that kind of food to someone.
Oh, okay. You're saying about vitamins and being nutritious?
Yeah.
Okay, as you know, even like fish are very nutritious in proteins, right?
Yeah.
So it is that they could believe it like that, but they could not share it with anyone like the way they want, because it was their own culture, and they could make that food to show people, their surroundings, their neighbors, that they are enjoying, right? Can you get that? They were showing them that they are strong. They are not like them. They
Yeah.
were, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you for the good question.
Maybe that's why they could serve the authorities in the officers the
Fast,
first.
yeah. So,
interesting. So,
Yeah.
for me, I can share with you another a very, very interesting kind of like event of food. So, there is tailgating, food fest, especially in college for football games. So, tailgating was like the ritual that they did just for Americans.
Yeah, obviously.
So,
Weekends.
yeah, they did before they prepared food in their home, and just before starting to assist on football games, they shared the food. It was like they throw up like a feast to celebrate that joy. It was like enjoyable moment they want to share with the family, friends. Yeah, they did that before the college football games.
College.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was like ritual because it was did every time.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, so that can be like they shared was like a sign of happiness, sharing with others, not even for success. So they
Yeah.
bring the energy, Yeah, because in the time there was no like fast foods or other restaurants to buy the different kind of food.
Okay, you mean
So
when,
they
when
made that for them.
you
Yeah.
mean when someone is going to pray, there was no fast foods and other streets where you can
Yes.
buy food.
Yeah. So they prepared that food home. It was a homemade meal, and they took it to the game or where it will take place. So for the people who didn't bring anything, there was no need to worry because they shared as a whole, and they can't like they can't just share for one person. So it's like you share and you bring what you have and share with others. Yeah, it was very, very important, and it looked helpful and
Yeah, and friendly.
intuitive. Yeah, friendly, very friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those people. So like in those kind of food they used to bring, they included like biscuits,
Yes.
biscuit or home cured ham wraps. Yeah, those kind of food that were very, very delicious, like sweets. To increase the energy, as you know, in football games, to require energy, even
Yeah.
for fans, even for prayers. Yeah, it requires you energy. So, like, sweet things increase energy, and you just feel powerful to fund your
team.
people, your team. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Also, they used to bring tea or lemonade as a drink, drinks
Yeah.
are very important because when you drink too much, it's time to just drink something. Yeah. Yeah. So, but nowadays, as they are fast foods and the different, they can with chickens, other kind of food, but very importantly, the one that they used in the time before, like those lemonade and that kind of feast was very, very important than compared to nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like now people are just somehow selfish and sometimes.
So you're saying they're not even sharing.
Yeah, so they share, but not like for the feast time and the pastimes. Yeah. And it is very, or like nowadays they use full iced cream to it is sweet and very important, but you know nowadays food are very, very not good, like they have too much glucose or that can harm you
Yeah.
somehow, like cancers, diseases are being increased at a very high rate. So, but they really enjoyed for the first times that lemonade and other homemade foods
Yeah.
than the one they can buy in fast foods. Any question?
Yeah, you're saying they could go with them.
Yeah.
They,
They made them at home and
Take
just
them to the
they pack
playgrounds.
them in the baskets and then take them to the playground and so that they can be able to share with others.
and was there any uniform of food that they could bring? As you have said about lemonade and so on.
No defined like food to bring. Yeah, just the sign was like to bring something to eat
Yeah.
with in purpose to share with others in a friendly way, like to wish your team success and enjoy the days together, so that there was no like you have to bring like lemonade, no. Yeah.
Okay. That's what interesting.
Very,
I wish it
very
was-
interesting.
I wish we could.
Maybe we can practice that one
And
time.
it was for college, right?
Yeah, and we are college students. Ah, wow.
That's
We
it.
should practice that.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
That's our team playing
Yeah.
salsa, like football. We
Yeah.
can just go to Bandem and we'll bring some food. Ooh, I can see that. It is very interesting.
So, Francine, can you share with us menu? That's menu.
It means another one menu, which is called Pennsylvania Dutch cuisine.
Dutch cuisine
Yeah, Dutch cuisine.
from Pennsylvania. Okay. Tell us more.
Okay. Actually, Pennsylvania is like a culture of people who came from Germany and Switzerland and came to settle in America and also in Pennsylvania. So they were called Dutch because those people came saying that they are Dutch.
From Germany.
From German as their languages. Dutch. So then American people call them Dutch because they were saying that they are Dutch from their language.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was from America.
Yeah, they were from America. Another thing is that they came to settle they were from German and Switzerland, so they came to settle in America in 17th and 18th century.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were not there.
Yeah.
Even our parents, some of them.
Yeah.
They came.
How did it come to be our cuisine?
Our very, very
So, Pennsylvania Dutch cuisine is a cuisine which was known mostly in Germany, for German people, because they were German which came to settle there. So, Pennsylvania is located in Germany, whereby its people were speaking Dutch. Yeah.
And I think that. What about the Switzerland people? Are they the German people?
Those people are, some of them are from Germany and others are from Switzerland.
Okay. So they brought that culture in America.
So yeah, they brought their culture in America. So as in order to get that name of Pennsylvania Dutch cuisine, while coming in America, they didn't have much food or much money to buy food to cook. So they could not get many things to cook, and they sat down and thought of something to do, and they called their memories, remembered the things they were used in their original countries. So they used things which were not expensive. They were using local ones, and even natural ones, like natural things which were there where they were settled. So they used them in their cuisine. That's why many people came to see what they were doing, because they were known as not having something to cook, and they find out their cuisines are full. So they come to see things that they were having in their cuisines.
Okay, so you're saying they brought their traditional tools and
Yeah.
from their cuisine
Yeah.
to
and-
America.
Is there any specific food like they want to prepare?
Of course, there were specific food because they had so many, but I'm going to tell you one of them. It was called gummies.
Gummies.
Yeah, gums. It was like cabbages. You know cabbages,
Yes.
cabbages,
Yes.
and you have there some meat. You cut them into small pieces. Then they had also saucepans which were formed from like pots. Then, yeah, then they cook their cabbages and meat in cooking oil. So then they could eat.
Oh,
That's
That
what they
was
are
very
food.
delicious.
So that food was built to also have some sort of energy.
Yeah. Energetic.
Yeah, it was energetic.
Mhm. Yeah.
It was energetic because they could give to people saying that they get energy doing different things at their home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that was great. And what about like being together with other friends? Did they meet with maybe Americans, those Dutch people, American, and share with them their cuisine?
Yeah, most American people came to visit their Dutch cuisine because it was very interesting. Because their cuisine was full of many food. So Americans were so excited to know more about it and came to visit them so they could sit together and share their food.
That's why it was even good, what we know everywhere.
Yeah,
That's
that's
yeah. Now, can I share with you now about food blogs? Because I think we are talking about talking more about our menus, like poi, like that one, Pennsylvania, like Japanese rice. Did you talk about it?
No.
Yeah, I talked
Uh-huh.
about
Yeah,
it.
it's
In
okay.
wedding.
Yeah, in the wedding, yeah, and so on. So let me talk about food blog. About my culture, I discussed about ubushera. Maybe you know that. Maybe some-
Share.
yeah, it's a sorghum beer where people could prepare it from sorghum and mix it with wheat. Wheat is they call it onsemburo,
Yeah.
and they could it could make them busy. Somehow it is like a beer, but in their ceremonies, in the modern ceremony, they used to celebrate maybe. Nowadays, it's no longer celebrated. Actually, I don't know why. In their feasts to celebrate the fertility and the harvest of the sorghum, they could come together and celebrate Ushera. They could celebrate that feast using Ushera, was the main thing to be shared as a beer, as a drink. And also, as we've been talking about unity and being strong that people are together, but also Ushera is among things, drinks that people could meet and share together, and people were very happy, and which shows that the ritual is this thing that we should bring happiness in the families, because you could see any person who drinks Ushera very happy. That's why, because it was to make them forget everything, being somehow like dizzy, basically, yeah, out of control somehow, but not too much. It was not like other beers that you can see, yeah, but it was really good. The one that I asked about those questions, he told me that like he was an old man. He told me that actually Ubushera was there, like in the area ages. Ubushera was used to even to for wedding. So
Yeah.
if you could make a wedding, one of the things that you couldn't miss it was Ubushera. Is to share with people who came to your wedding, to share with everyone, and they dream. They could even they had another ritual of sharing one muheha. How does we call it in English? Because yeah, actually that's why. Because they used to say to think sharing was also a good thing to show unity. Yeah, unity and show that people are together. Yeah, any question about Ubushera?
Yeah, as is from our culture,
Mhm.
really I even enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
It is really a very good drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. When you drink it, you feel refreshed, you know. But there are some people who just mix
Yeah.
there some yeast so that
Yeah.
you can even get drunk when you talk too much.
Okay, that's what I was saying about.
Yeah.
But actually, I knew it before, but I didn't know that. Yeah, if I couldn't make research, I couldn't know that Ubushera was made to celebrate the unity and the concession of people, so that the community lives in harmony. Couldn't know
Yeah.
that, because it was from earlier ages. Nowadays, we don't forget that.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, but they are in the villages, like on my residence place. They like Ubushera very much. So they can't even think about another drink.
Mhm.
Even the one who was native there and they come to the city,
Mhm.
they still like it because it is a very good drink.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe as you know, like subcultures of different region.
Mm.
Even it's like a general drink in Rwanda,
Yeah.
but there are some region that still practice that and they respect it.
Mhm.
Share is good.
What do you research about?
For me, you know, our Rwanda is good, so there are different food, drinks that people enjoy really.
Mm.
So for me, I researched about what about sorghum bread, you know.
Some bread.
Yeah, you know that
bread,
I know, you
I
know,
I
and you
know.
even enjoy
It
to
is
eat
very
it.
delicious.
Yeah. So sorghum bread is made even just as you can understand, it was made in sorghum flour, and it is even now it is still made there, you know.
Mhm.
It is mainly used in ubunyano. Kurya ubunyano
Mhm.
was an event
Mhm.
where it was done for newborn
Mhm.
in celebrating the event of giving him or her a name.
A name?
Yeah,
Okay.
kurya ubunyano, you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
Yeah, so in that feast like event,
Mhm.
they made that sorghum bread and served it on material called the inkoko.
Yeah.
So like in English, we don't know that kind of inkoko, so that's how I can't even know
I can call
how.
it a bread, but
Yeah.
it was not. Actually, it was.
So not
It is a
it was
trap.
made in
Mm.
France, so
Mhm.
just in traditional way.
Yeah. Okay.
So they served it at inkoko, so like ritual to, and it was cut by like a small thread.
Mhm.
It was not used like
A
a
knife
knife.
or-
No,
No.
they usually don't use a knife to cut it. They use like a thread.
Mm.
So they shared it. Most of the time it is accompanied by milk.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorghum bread. Yeah, you treat it and enjoy it. They accompany it with milk. Mainly to safety to young children in the event of Kurjubunyano,
For giving them a name.
but yeah, giving a baby a name, yeah, a newborn, you know.
Mhm.
So they used to give a name to a baby after 7 days of birth. Yeah, that's where the event took place. Even now, nowadays, they can celebrate like after months, afterwards. But in the past years, they used to give to throw that feast after 7 days of birth.
But one question, was it named, how was that food named? Was it, what?
Yeah, in Kinyarwanda, sorghum bread is called kacharara.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember, yeah. So kacharara. So many people don't even memorize that kind of word, that kacharara, like some people talk of kacha, it is hard to just even remember it. Yeah, So it is very energetic. Rwandan people used it like to serve to men, like women used to give it to their husband so that they can gain energy to cook for the family. As you know, like husband were there to just find food and other necessity for the family. So they believe that the sorghum bread increase the energy so that they can have much energy.
So you're saying apart from serving it while giving a name to a good one, they could even use it as a symbol of energy for the family.
Yeah, energetic
Especially
for the family.
Especially for men.
Yeah.
For the father.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank
So,
you.
yeah, sorghum bread is very good food for the people. So as it was used as in different rituals, like practiced by serving it to young children below 15 years old, and they just served it. After eating, they just start to give different names to the baby. So then after they decide, parents decide the name to give to the baby. Yeah. So that's how the event will take place. So to prepare it, you just use boiled water and the sorghum flour. Just mix. You know it. Yeah, exactly. So after it is done, you serve it to inkoko. Yeah. To practice culture, you can't even use a knife. Even a knife can walk, but better use a thread,
Okay, thread.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that food was really very important, and people enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Any question?
Most of things you know them, so.
Yeah.
So that we get to know that it was for energetic and people could take it just with energy.
Yeah.
Especially for fathers. Yeah. Not funny. Any.
Oh my God. I also done a video, but mine combines yours.
What do you mean?
Really?
Both yours and yours. So my video is about sorghum.
Sorghum?
Yeah.
Sorghum is faster. Everyone is talking about sorghum.
No, sorghum practice is made
You know, sorghum is we only service the grain. Is a grain from a plant which is called sorghum. So sorghum in ancient time in Rwanda, even now, had and has a great importance and played a great role in Rwandan culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorghum was taken as the source of energy to people, and also it contains a lot of proteins to people. Sorghum could be served as food and even as drink, as you said.
Yeah.
So in order to be served as food, we have kacharana,
Yeah.
which is sorghum bread, and also we have inhengeri. Do you know inhengeri?
Yeah.
Yeah, inhengeri. So let's begin by inhengeri. Inhengeri are sorghum grain, which are cooked, are boiled.
Yeah.
Are boiled, and then you put their salt then have to be able to serving people.
Yeah.
And actually,
that's-
many people mix it with beans, but not too much beans. A small portion of beans, and then there's a big sorghum. So you can see that sorghum is dominating beans in that way.
Okay.
It is very delicious.
Yeah, I know.
It is very delicious, and it is believed to have to give energy to people, especially towards served to like old people, like grandmothers, grandfathers. Yeah, that's grandparents.
Okay, what people?
They are the ones who like it very much. So another food from sorghum is kachara, as Mahirwe said. Kachara is prepared by using sorghum flour, mixing it with boiled water,
Yeah.
which was used mainly in giving newborns names, and it was up to men in order to give them energy.
Yes.
So also sorghum is served as a drink, as you said, like kushera. And also it is served as igikoma. Do you know igikoma chamasaka?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's sorghum porridge. So sorghum porridge is very delicious. Have you tasted it?
Yeah, sure.
It is very delicious,
I did.
and it is mainly served to mothers who gave birth,
Yeah, I know.
and even little children.
Why that?
Yeah, it is the source of, it's like breast milk. Don't you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for mothers.
For the mother who gave birth, in order to have the milk to feed the child, she needs to drink that porridge.
Okay.
Yeah. And also it is mainly served to little children in order to give them like proteins and energy to be grown up.
Yeah. So one question. Apart from being in those like free or for other many things of food, I mean, or maybe drinks, food, or even porridge, was they actually sorghum served like lawn, or did it have another role in modern culture, like any ritual or any symbol in modern culture?
Oh, sorghum had a role in ritual. For example, do you know the ceremony which was Kubamba?
Yeah.
Kubamba was like worship, it's like worshiping gods. Yeah. Gwantan had their gods, and there was different ceremonies of worshiping them, with them different things. So in Kubamba they could use sorghum as the symbol of like giving respect to their gods or their ancestors.
Okay.
Also sorghum beer was used in that ceremony of Kubamba as also the symbol of energy. So they could say that we are giving you this drink in order to show you that you have energy, and you also could provide us much energy. Yeah.
Okay, so lastly, can we talk now about some commonalities we have seen about everything we have discussed about, like menus, even our food laws, what we have find in our cultures. So did you notice something in common? That we will talk about anything indifferent, but like they differ from. But right now, let's talk about something they are similar to.
Yeah. First, remember that to talk about some similarities or just commonalities in culture, you have to like pay attention to cultural relativity.
Mm.
So you just to avoid to mind on your culture so that you can like make critics to
Exactly.
other cultures.
Yeah.
So
Then you can
just
think
look
of-
at other culture, you just have to like ignore yours,
Mm.
just focus on
There's also even that you can have some cultures in one culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we not take it in general, one culture only.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can differ.
Yeah, basically there are different commonalities, you know. So as you saw that the way we discussed about different menus, food, different ritual related to those food, in every culture, in every different kind of food, in a different culture they use given food to in doing different rituals. So maybe they are kind of food that serve as in their rituals. Like all you say, every food you thought about, it has rituals, yeah, or symbolism in that culture.
Yeah, symbolism.
Yeah. So that's like kind of commonality if they food that mean or symbolize something in a culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you also notice about symbolizing, let's go on to something that they symbolize, symbolizing unity?
Unity.
Unity. Some of the food, they say Japanese rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, even they say Hindu wedding, right?
Yes.
Meet together, celebrate using food. So
Yeah.
can you do that? Maybe
Yeah.
food is one of something that can unite people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anything like in different ways they differ from each other.
So, you know, in the differences, even people respect each one's culture, but they will valorize things in a different way.
Yeah.
So maybe in our culture, we use respect sorghum as it is served in a different kind of events and the feasts, rituals. So in the other they use rice.
Yeah.
But in the Rwandan culture, we didn't even know rice. So like we use sorghum, they use rice. So but even together, you respect each one's culture. So yeah, they differ in different food. They respect and they use the rituals, but join together.
And that's amazing. And also they can differ from the way they, even though we say the rituals are, yeah, as you say, the rituals are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if maybe we say Rwandan use sorghum, what did you say about?
Sorghum broth.
Yeah, that's what Lokachara, yeah.
Lokachara.
Then even though we say that they use it for energetic and celebration of naming a newborn baby, you can say in the other, you can find in other culture or even in among like within that culture,
Yeah.
a subculture which doesn't use that
Yes.
for that
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we can say they differ from the way they perceive that kind of food.
Yeah.
So to wind up our discussion, I can say that I worked on Hawaiian boy and Trinity Potlatch, and I also researched in my culture about Oshera. Yeah, also by name of Joey Shongusha.
Yeah, I enjoyed your presentation,
Yeah, thank you.
discussion, your conversation.
Yeah.
Had very interesting.
Thank you.
So, and me, Pendo Denise Emanuel, as you understood that you talked about tailgating, food feast, and the Hindu wedding, and sign rituals and food, and also talked about sorghum bread, which is called Irukacharara. Yeah, thank you.
I also, for Sinahunda, I worked on Japanese rice and Spanish Dutch cuisine, and also I said about sorghum, which is a masaka, and it is a very important thing in Rwanda.
Yeah.
Actually, I enjoyed this discussion, and I will maybe one of us. You said you invite us in in
Sure.
college football games.
Yeah.
Thank
Maybe
you.
we-
We will
yeah.
practice that.
Thank you so much.
Very interesting.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this discussion.
I also
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it.